According to recent reports from league insiders, the Buffalo Bills are eyeing 3 potential safeties who could drastically reshape their defense before the trade deadline, and one name stands above the rest. Let's start with the dream scenario, Budda Baker of the Arizona Cardinals. Baker is the kind of player who instantly changes the tone of a defense. Entering his 9th NFL season, he's an elite, high IQ safety with Pro Bowl and All-Pro pedigree. His instincts, leadership, and sideline-to-sideline range make him the type of game-changer Buffalo desperately needs. Right now, the Bills' safety position is a glaring weakness. Taylor Rapp hasn't provided the consistency or communication needed on the back end, and that has slowed Cole Bishop's development as a young safety. Pairing Bishop with a veteran like Baker could be transformative, allowing the rookie to grow under a proven star while giving the defense a vocal, confident leader. Of course, a player like Budda Baker doesn't come cheap. Reports suggest Arizona might seek a 2nd and 6th round pick in return. Baker also carries a $19.2 million cap hit through 2026, but the Bills' front office has options. With creative cap restructuring, extending Baker and pushing money down the line, this move could fit within Buffalo's tight financial window. And make no mistake, the Bills are in win-now mode. This trade would bring both short-term stability and long-term security to the heart of the secondary. Still, there are 2 more realistic options on the table, players who could come cheaper but still provide an immediate impact. One of them is Xavier Woods from the Tennessee Titans. With Tennessee in the middle of a rebuild and sitting at the bottom of the AFC standings, veterans like Woods are likely to be available. Woods brings experience, reliability, and a strong understanding of defensive schemes, exactly what Buffalo's secondary has been lacking. While Baker represents the big swing, Woods offers a practical path, a low-cost, steady presence who can step in and help right away. Both options address the same critical goal: stabilize the back end, unleash the pass rush, and bring balance back to the Bills' defense before it's too late. When it comes to potential trade targets, Xavier Woods stands out as the most affordable and realistic option for the Buffalo Bills. Compared to a star like Budda Baker, his price tag is significantly lower, and that matters for a team balancing short-term urgency with long-term planning. Woods, now approaching 30, has carved out a solid career as a dependable veteran. He's not flashy, but he's consistent, a player who understands coverage concepts, communicates effectively, and rarely blows assignments. For a Bills defense that's been plagued by miscommunication and broken coverages, that reliability alone could make a world of difference. A 6th round pick might be all it takes to bring Woods to Buffalo. That's a small price for a stopgap solution who can immediately stabilize the secondary. His veteran instincts and awareness would instantly make him an upgrade over Taylor Rapp, and with Tennessee in the middle of a fire sale, it's the kind of smart, opportunistic move that could quietly pay off down the stretch. But the Bills aren't stopping there. Another intriguing possibility is Justin Reid, currently with the New Orleans Saints. A former Kansas City Chief and All-Pro caliber safety, Reid has a reputation for toughness, leadership, and football intelligence. He's the kind of player who doesn't just fill a role, he commands respect and raises the standard around him. Reid is under contract through 2026 after signing a 3-year, $31.5 million deal, but with the Saints struggling and reshuffling their roster, a trade isn't out of the question. His projected cost? Around a 5th round pick, cheaper than Baker, a little more than Woods, but with more upside. The decision for Buffalo comes down to strategy. Do you make a bold move for Budda Baker, the proven superstar who transforms your defense instantly? Do you opt for Justin Reid, the veteran with leadership and range who can give you multiple years of stability? Or do you go the pragmatic route with Xavier Woods, a low-cost, steady option who fills the immediate need? Each path offers something different, but they all point toward one truth: the Bills can't afford to stand still. The secondary is the weak link holding this defense back. Whether it's a splash move or a quiet steal at the deadline, a trade could be the difference between another playoff heartbreak and a real Super Bowl push. So here's where the Buffalo Bills face their defining decision: swing big or play it smart. Do they take the aggressive route, push their chips to the center of the table, and go all in for Budda Baker, a proven all-pro safety who could instantly transform this defense both now and for the future. That would mean parting with a second-round pick, but the reward could be enormous. Baker's experience, instincts, and leadership would give the Bills exactly what they've been missing since the decline of their once dominant secondary. Or do they aim for the middle ground, the Justin Reid route, a dependable veteran who still has years of solid football ahead of him? Reid isn't quite the superstar that Baker is, but he's a strong communicator, a steady presence, and a bridge between the present and the next generation. Buffalo could bring him in, stabilize the defense, and still have time to draft and develop a young safety behind him. Then there's the short-term, low-risk option, Xavier Woods. Affordable, experienced, and immediately serviceable, Woods could patch the hole for now while keeping Buffalo's future assets intact. He's not a long-term solution, but in a season where every game matters, even a modest upgrade could be the difference between surviving and contending. Right now, though, one thing is crystal clear: Taylor Rapp can't continue as the starter. His inconsistent reads and blown assignments have left Cole Bishop stranded, forced Christian Benford and Tre'Davious White into impossible coverage situations, and completely neutralized the pass rush. Even top-tier edge rushers like Greg Rousseau and Von Miller can't impact the game if quarterbacks are getting the ball out in under 2 seconds because of busted coverage. Buffalo's defense doesn't need a miracle, it needs clarity. It needs communication. It needs a safety who can anchor the back end and give this front seven the time they need to dominate. Whether that comes from a blockbuster move for Budda Baker, a balanced play for Justin Reid, or a practical fix with Xavier Woods, one thing is certain: the Bills can't waste another week hoping this secondary fixes itself. The clock is ticking, and the right trade could be the key to unlocking the Super Bowl caliber defense this team has been chasing all season long. It's going to be fascinating to see which direction the Buffalo Bills take from here, because one thing is certain: this team can't stand pat at the safety position any longer. Right now, it's clear that Buffalo needs a change. Whether that means bringing back Jordan Poyer into a more prominent role or making a decisive trade for a proven veteran, something has to give. The problem, however, isn't just about personnel, it's about how critical the safety position is within Sean McDermott and Bobby Babbich's defensive system. This defense thrives on communication, discipline, and trust. The safeties act as the brain of the operation, reading formations, adjusting coverages, and ensuring everyone is lined up correctly. Bringing in someone new, especially mid-season, is never easy. It takes time to learn the terminology, the responsibilities, and the chemistry with the corners and linebackers. But despite the challenges, Buffalo can't afford inaction. If the opportunity to land someone like Budda Baker truly exists, the Bills need to pull the trigger. You find a way to manage the cap, you shift money down the line, and you get it done, because the cost of doing nothing is far greater. Leaving Cole Bishop beside an inconsistent safety like Taylor Rapp week after week risks stunting the rookie's growth and damaging his confidence long-term. Bishop has the potential to become the next great Buffalo safety, but he needs stability and mentorship to reach that ceiling. The Bills' front office faces a defining test: do they trust the current group to figure it out, or do they make a bold move to save their season and re-establish defensive dominance? Every sign points to the latter. One elite addition could reshape the entire unit, allowing the corners to play tighter, the linebackers to roam freely, and the pass rush to finally thrive. The window to win is open right now, and every decision from this point forward determines whether Buffalo continues to chase potential, or finally lives up to it. The Bills have a choice: act decisively, or risk watching another season slip away.